Hi guys, we're back. Hello, we're here. If you just got my email, like I said, I apologize. I was an hour behind schedule. I said I would be on here at 1:30 and I really meant 2:30. So here we are. Sorry, a little off with the time frame, but I did want to come on because if you got my email, then you know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about a fan favorite holiday liver cleanse. That's what we're talking about. So I want to share with you guys a little bit about this cleanse so that we can talk about like the importance of the liver. I feel like the liver does not get a lot of love. For whatever reason, a lot of us think liver means alcohol. We always assume liver is alcohol, and that is certainly true. Our liver has everything to do with alcohol. But there's a lot of things people are actually not aware of when it comes to what the intention is or what the job or function is of the liver. So we're going to talk about this. And the reason why is an email just went out. If you're subscribed to my email list, you can do that on my website. That's where I post like sales and articles and just things about what's going on. And they are back in stock, the liver cleanses for the holiday season. So I did just send an email to those who are subscribed about the cleanses. They're on sale, of course, as they usually are this time of year. And I talked a little bit about the importance of why someone would even need to do a liver cleanse. And we're going to talk about the specifics of it here because as much as I love to share things in email formats, I just feel like it's not enough information to talk about. Like I could talk about one thing for an hour and I only have X amount of words through email. So I wanted to come on today to dive into why you need a liver cleanse, why it's so important. So liver has a ton to do. We'll start with immunity. Actually, our liver is an immune organ. It's actually a digestive organ. The liver is a giant lymph node and it's part of the immune system. And what happens for a lot of people, especially this year, is that there is a huge amount of colds, flus, and infections. People are really struggling this time of year. We've been cooped up, we've been caged, we haven't been around people, and now that we're all kind of exposed to each other and it's sugar season and everyone's really around each other, we need to support immunity. So I do recommend a liver cleanse if someone's saying, I've been sick a lot this year, back to back, my immune system's really taken a big brunt. Or maybe they just recently had C19 again for the second or third time, and they're looking for something to help eradicate viral load. The liver cleanses are going to do that. And so it's a 7-day cleanse. It's a very direct cleanse. I've had many patients share with me that their provider put them on like a 21-day cleanse or a 31-day cleanse. And I'm not against that. I just feel like this is very direct and simple. So we use the cleanses because it can help with immunity. If you've been recently sick, if you've been like, I was sick, but then ever since I've been sick, I haven't felt good, it is the perfect time to do a liver cleanse. The liver cleanse itself, I know it sounds like cleanse means like bathroom, you'll be sitting at the bathroom. Not at all. This is not like that. It's not something that you need to be glued to the bathroom with, not at all. It's really only for patients of my practice who are on programs. If you're not on a program, you're not a candidate to do this. The reason why is because there has to be follow-up and also instruction. So the way I'm sitting with you now to go over it, there's actually a kit that comes in a box, and I sit down with you and I review it with you in specifics. So there's a visit that's associated with that, and then there's also follow-up that needs to happen as well. So nonetheless, if you're not a patient of the practice, I'm sorry, this video is not for you. This is only for patients on programs in my practice. If you're thinking to become a patient and would like to be put on a program, please reach out. We could talk about that. But if you're not, this is not available to just the public because there does need to be follow-up. When we're working with liver health, it's a very big organ that can make people very sick if it's not done right. And there's a lot of things that could be contraindicated. And if I don't know you and your health history, I don't know what that stuff is. And I'm not going to recommend something when I don't know someone. So that's the point of it. If you're like, why is it only for patients of the practice? Because there is follow-up and there is a outline of how this should be structured. This isn't like something you buy in the store. It's professional grade and it needs to be really structured for the person because it's strong. Anyways, back to why you need the cleanse is because it's an immune organ. Your liver is one of those large lymph nodes that needs to be supported after you've been frequently sick, or if you're like, I have not felt good since I've been sick. That's a reason you need a cleanse. If you feel tired, if you're sluggish, those are other things. Oftentimes people have poor liver health when they take pharmaceuticals, when they're not eating good, when they're eating too much carbohydrates, refined sugar, too much oil going into the liver. Now, the liver and gallbladder, both of those are part of the biliary system, and they're involved with fat metabolism. Sometimes liver gallbladder health gets decreased when we're eating specific diets that are either very high in fat, bad fat. I'm not talking about good quality fat, but like crappy, oily, greasy fat. Liver needs love. Also, too much carbohydrate. If you're someone that is dealing with too much carbohydrate, high insulin, high glucose, you eat sugar, you eat carbs, you are overdoing it, you definitely need liver support. Oftentimes people can develop NAFLD or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, not because they're drinking alcohol, but because they're eating too many carbohydrates. So I will say, if you're dealing with a stagnant liver or a liver that's just not healthy, it's important to do a cleanse. And how would you know if your liver's not healthy? Well, if you've said, I have been on medication often, I take pharmaceuticals, I take things that have to be what's called hepatometabolized, which are things like pharmaceuticals frequently. I'm not knocking pharmaceuticals, but if you're on things often, that stuff is all processed in the liver. If you're eating crap food, if you're eating high refined carbohydrates, if you're eating a lot of crappy quality synthetic oils, canola oil, and things that can clog the lymphatic system, your liver is part of the lymphatic system, and it's part of detoxing. Everything that we put in our body, whether we breathe it in, driving down 495 and a big truck puffs that black cloud of smoke, now that's in my lungs. Everything that comes in my body will be processed by my liver. My liver and kidney, those are detoxification organs and pathways. So if you're like, ugh, I feel sluggish, I feel exhausted, I don't feel good, likely you need a little liver love, okay? Another thing is if you're a woman dealing with hormonal imbalances, maybe you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, maybe you have high male hormones, maybe you just don't have a cycle, maybe there's just something with your hormonal system. Well, liver is going to be involved with everything involved with hormone problems. Same for men. Men that have low testosterone or have problems with their hormones. We always assume hormonal problems are women. Men have similar things. They get it in different ways with how they feel when their hormones are low. But men go through andropause, women go through menopause. Some women are undergoing post-pill amenorrhea, post-birth control syndrome where they're not getting a cycle at all. Some women are coming off synthetic birth control. These are all things that when it comes to hormones, liver is directly involved with hormones. We produce hormones in testes and ovaries for women and men, depending on that, and then they get funneled and filtered to the liver. If you have poor liver health, it will create or cause problems with your cycle and your sex hormones. Even fertility, women that are dealing with infertility and have been having a difficult time getting pregnant, liver is definitely an organ that we're looking at to support around that same kind of topic because it has everything to do with hormones. Liver has everything to do with hormones, which indirectly corresponds to weight. So if someone's saying, I can't lose weight, I've been trying to lose weight, there's probably some stuff going on that needs to be supported inside the liver. And if we have stagnation or liver congestion, that is a reason that we're not getting enough adipose or fat off the body. Now, there are foods that are amazing for liver health. There's actually diets and there's ways to eat for liver health. There's different supplements, there's different herbs, there's different botanicals and remedies. There's tinctures and teas that are supportive for the liver. So I would say that the cleanse actually has all that stuff in it. It has some of the constituents that can support really cleaning the liver and detoxifying and filtering. So it's 7 days. That's the cleanse time frame. It's 7 days on your calendar that you're going to need to commit to this. And there is also a weight loss component to this, that on average, women who do the cleanse, or men, you lose about 4 to 6 pounds in 1 week. And they are in a little bit of a caloric deficit, so of course that does play a role, but liver has weight associated to it. And when we cleanse the system out, the body actually can kind of focus on doing its job rather than always working to filter, and being kind of bombarded by that stuff. So that is a couple little facts about liver health. If you have skin problems, anything with your skin, liver is connected to that. 2 organs that are involved, or 2 places that are connected to skin, whether it's like acne or weird rashes. Well, we know liver is immune. Some of the rashes are in the autoimmune family. And then also we know that skin is hormonal. Well, we go back to the liver. So there is this notion liver and alcohol are correlated. Yes, that is certainly true, but liver has a ton of other correlations to it. For example, your thyroid has a connection to the liver. And that connection is that although we produce thyroid hormones here in my little bow tie gland, those hormones get funneled to the liver. They go to the liver, and that's where they're converted. Thyroid hormone conversion happens in the liver. So for some of my patients who are saying, I am on thyroid medication, I take levothyroxine or Cytomel or any form of thyroid medication, maybe they said it's not working, or I've had to go up with my dosage. That may not be true that it's not working, and it may be because you're not processing the hormones inside your liver. They're just sitting around there. They're not going to the end tissue or the target tissue. So we actually look at liver health with every other condition. There is connection between thyroid and liver. There is connection between ovaries and liver. We are connected with our female reproductive organs and our liver. There is so much stuff that's going on inside that. We conjugate things, aka we render them not as toxic. That process happens inside our liver, but we can't do this all the time if there's reasons or things that are happening that are rendering our liver not as active. So imagine your liver is doing this all day. It should be doing this. That's good for health and weight loss and metabolism, but then your liver starts to do this. Not as effective, right? And we're not talking about damage or cirrhosis. No, we're not talking about that level. We're just talking about low level inflammation. And there are some things, for example, from a blood perspective, if you've had elevations in certain liver proteins, that also tells us about the integrity of the liver. So complement C3A, complement C4A are acute phase liver proteins that have everything to do with immunity. Even, for example, HSCRP, high sensitivity C-reactive protein, those specific things are coming out of the liver. Those are also acute phase liver protein. We make so many cells in our liver that help us with immunity, with weight, with skin, with hair, with nails. It has a ton to do with it. So if you have not purchased your liver cleanse, I did send an email with a link to purchase your cleanse. Please be sure to do that. I cannot guarantee that they'll be in stock. In fact, this is the time I put them up for sale. I order them, and they are always out of stock within one day. Always. And then people say, well, I wanted to get one. I can't dictate what the company will do if they have them in stock. We know we're in really crazy times right now. So if you want to do one, do it. Purchase it. Click the link in your email that I sent to you so that we can get you started with it. Even if we haven't reviewed it yet, that's okay. We will. But at least it gives me the ability to hold on to your cleanse so that I know that you want to do it. And then, of course, we can talk about it during one of your visits. So those just went out. They're on sale. Everything that you're going to need is in the cleanse kit. And then, of course, the nutrition component is going to be discussed with me. There are certain foods that are high ORAC capacity or high oxygen radical absorption capacity foods that really help liver health as well. A lot of dark green leafy vegetables contain constituents like glutathione and DIM, diindolylmethane, that also can support liver health as well. So anyways, I just wanted to come on here to go a little bit more in depth about why you need to do a liver cleanse, the significance of them, how to structure it, and there's a lot of benefits to doing it. So if you're tired, if you're sluggish, if you're dealing with any hormonal issues, if you do have gut issues, liver is also a digestive organ. We produce bile in our gallbladder, and our bile sits inside of our liver, and that job, the function of that is to process fat. So if someone's eating something and it's going right through them, where they're like, I gotta go to the bathroom and I gotta go right now, and it's loose, it's likely a lack of good, healthy bile emulsification inside your liver. And that is the digestive component of it. People have removed gallbladders left and right, and usually it's because too much fat in the diet. The bile can get very thick and gunky, and we can get sludge inside our liver and the gallbladder as well. So if you've had problems with your liver gallbladder, another reason why you'd want to do a cleanse. If you're someone that says, I don't even have a gallbladder anymore, it's been removed, another reason you'd want to do a cleanse. Yes, you can still produce bile, but your gallbladder is not going to hold it. Your liver is the production of it. So we need our liver to be healthy in order to produce bile, which helps us process fat. So that's the digestive component of why we need good liver health. But there's a lot of benefits to it. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I know it was fast. I'm just getting ready for a 2:30 patient. So I wanted to come on though and go over that stuff with you just so that you could feel a little bit more supported. And if you're not subscribed to my email list, you would not have gotten an email. You have no clue what I'm talking about, but get subscribed. You can head over to drelisetercey.com, my website, and then put your email in. That way you stay up to date with holiday sales, coupons, things like this, where we talk about specific topics. And if you need to purchase your cleanse, do so via the website under the shop, or do so via the link I sent you in your email. Other than that, guys, I will see you on the flip side. And I hope that was helpful. And drop a comment down below if you have one about the liver cleanse or have any comments about liver health. See you guys soon.